Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in. Welcome to Swindler's Den in tonight's episode of Glory of the Giants. We've got some diabolical situations to get into tonight, but before we do that, let's do a couple quick announcements. Be sure to be watching our other series, of course, Abomination Vaults and Spelljammer. But there is going to be a little bit of a scheduling thing if Grizz wants to clarify it better.
I'm moving, so it's just we're not gonna be able to record for a couple weeks while we get that process all settled. So yeah, we're just not gonna have some episodes for a couple weeks of Wednesday games. Or Abomination Vaults. Whew.
Yeah, both games won't be recording because of that, but we have plenty of past content. If you guys haven't seen any of that, all the completed series have their own playlist on the main YouTube page. Also, there are plenty of other channels that are doing campaigns that these players are in that they can talk about when they do their introduction. If you need more D&D and other tabletop games in your life. With that, let's start by introducing our players with Grizlocke.
Hey everybody, I'm Grizlocke. You can find me on YouTube under that same name, as well as right here on Swindler's Den for Spelljammer, this game, and Abomination Vaults. Yeah, I play Kelborn Kerrigan, the half-elf ranger fighter, all-around splendid man.
Speaking of an all-around splendid man, we have Barely Caffeinated.
Hey there, I'm Barely Caffeinated. You can find me at Crits and Coffee on YouTube, where I also do some other Dungeons and Dragons stuff with a few of these wonderful people. We are currently playing through the Shattered Obelisk, and it's going swell, so you can check that out if you're bored. But I do highly suggest that you check out the Myth Heist here on Swindler's Den. Go binge watch that. It was a lot of fun to play in, so check it out, and all the other stuff, because they're all awesome. Other than that, I am playing as Siegfried, the Aasimar cleric.
Speaking of being all awesome, we have DrPhage.
Hey, it's me, it's DrPhage, or Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Little Growth. I'm also on Crits and Coffee playing there. And if podcasts are more your speed, you can check out the Interdimensional Library, where I'm playing with a lot of these fine folks on Gluttony and Earth. But tonight I'm playing Benjamin, the half-elf warlock.
Speaking of these fine folks, last but not least, we have Kyle.
Hey guys, my name is Kevin. Oh no, it's Steven. Oh wait, it's Kyle. I think. You can find me nowhere. Please don't. I am going to be playing Faerun, the half-elf fighter paladin today.
And the last time on Glory of the Giants, our group had made their way down to the swamps of course, I know the name of it. Don't even ever question me again about that. The High Moor, where they were searching for an ancient black dragon and apparently some of Siegfried's siblings that had come from a different realm. In the swamp, they encountered two Medusa and an iron scale Hydra that came out of the swamps to attack them. After a little bit of a slog trying to catch these Medusas as they hid, and the Hydra just brute forcing its way out of the swamp towards them, they were able to bring them down with little casualty, injury, I should say. With that, Siegfried got a little bit of a notion from his divine parental figure to intake the blood of his siblings to gain some of their powers if he was strong enough to withhold ingesting that blood. He was able to gain 2 powers, but not the third from his siblings, but he did get 2 of the stronger ones. So Siegfried getting a little bit stronger by taking in more of his related blood. Sorry, there's just a loud noise right outside my window. I'm like, gee whiz. Then our group followed the kobold Gert down into the waters of the swamp, into the dark hole, where they swam deep underground into the hidden lair of an ancient black dragon that they thought they were encountering a dragon by the name of Korosnos, but instead found out that his father, an even older black dragon, Methuselah, was living down there and had killed Korosnos for trying to usurp him. Benjamin took the lead in talking with Methuselah to get him to join the human side in this war, at least against the giants in this upcoming war. And he agreed in return to gain treasures from the Cloud Giants' vaults, as well as a new lair. I have to close this window. As well as a new lair that he chose, and their help in protecting said lair in the future. Agreeing, our group told him what would be best, the next best action for him to to go for the Cloud Giants. Methuselah started destroying the lair he was in to make an exit hole for him, where he cried out, letting all the dragons in Faerun know that their alpha had reemerged from deep under the swamps and took flight towards the north. Our group is currently in said lair with this mucky, dirty swamp water filling in the cavern, the ceiling beginning to collapse as this newly formed hole has destroyed part of the structure, part of the roots that are holding a lot of this ceiling together. They are surrounded in treasures that are covered in mold and moss, but their lives aren't necessarily out of danger with this collapsing ceiling, even though they do have the ability to breathe water currently. It's also not the cleanest water, so we'll see how that interacts with them. But with Dysentery. What is it that you guys would like to do? Does this cavern begin to fill? It's about 50% full at this point. The cavern's only, I want to say, about 20 feet tall. It was short for this dragon being inside, if you could tell by his torn up wings. But yeah, it's about 10 feet filled at this point.
Cool. I'm not so worried about the water. I am concerned about the roof collapsing on us. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I'm going to, through my Bigby's beneficial bracelet, cast Wall of Force to help reinforce the ceiling around the opening. Because I can make 10 by 10 foot contiguous segments to kind of because I don't want to cover up the hole. I guess I could. Mm-hmm. Oh, I could just do that. How big is the hole?
The hole was large enough for this dragon to make his way out of. So I'm going to say, how big is the Wall of Force? I'm not making it bigger than the Wall of Force on purpose. I just want to know how big it is.
Yeah, so I can do, if I'm doing panels, I can do 10 by 10 sections of it. So however I want to arrange that, as long as they're continuous with each other, or I can do a dome with a radius of 10 feet.
Okay, dragon is a gargantuan size. There's 5, 10, 15, 20. It takes up a 20, and he didn't make a hole so big that it was easy for him to walk through. So say the hole is 18 feet diameter.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll essentially then just starting from the hole, do 4 of the panels, so completely covering the hole, and then just do another 4 kind of radiating out from them, just do the rest of it to help support it as we do whatever we need to do, so we at least have some time, because that lasts for 10 minutes.
Give me a spell attack roll and spell casting roll have different modifiers, right?
Yeah, my spell attack is +10. My spell modifier is just +5, because my charisma is only +5.
Okay, give me a roll using your spell modifier, so the +5.
Okay. Is this technically a check?
Yeah, I'll
I have exhaustion. Well, I have exhaustion. That's why.
But yep, we'll do it as a check.
Great. I got the same on both. That's going to be a 17.
17. All right. Yeah, you see this wall of force appear in the water. You can see the water settling on top of it, but like it's currently stopped. The water coming in. You don't know what kind of damage the rest of the tunnel up top is taking, but it's going to hold for quite a while. You'll have some time here. You just don't know how long because it has like ruptured above it as well.
Yeah. How long does it take to take off breastplate?
I think doffing is 5 minutes, isn't it?
Okay.
We have a tunnel we can swim out from here. We should use this 10 minutes to scoop up whatever we want and then get out the tunnel that Gert brought us through.
All right. You're right. I'm just gonna start grabbing whatever instead of taking my armor off.
All right, so a lot of the treasure currently, there's like some larger statue things that aren't submerged completely, but the rest of it is submerged in this murky water. Give me, I want to say, investigation checks to try and find things under the water, because like just sticking your head under, you're not gonna be able to see things through this murk.
Oh, that's asking a lot. I don't know.
And like your investigation check is
bad.
just going to determine how high you get to roll on treasure tables. Like what dice you get to use to roll on treasure tables. So you'll get something because there is just so much of it.
Could I have Huey assist me by helping look through stuff?
Yes. Also, it's Siegfried, Kelborn, and Benjamin have disadvantage right now.
Oh, on
because
that?
of exhaustion. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
On skill checks. Yeah. Okay. So that was
Yeah, yeah,
15. Let's see. Did I roll? Legit a 15. So I rolled a 17 this time, which would have been a 16. So 15.
15. All right.
I got a 6 with a straight roll.
Okay.
16 for Siegfried.
Ooh.
16 for Siegfried. All right.
I got an 18.
An 18. All right. So ancient dragon hordes are very large. So you guys are gonna get a good amount of stuff anyway. Let's say, Benjamin, can you roll me 6d6, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That sounded nice.
66 is a nice amount of dice to roll. It's just a very satisfying sound. I didn't roll super well. 10, 14, 15, 16. 18.
18. You dig around, you swim down and dig around a little bit. And you have a little bit more easier movement than Kelborn and Siegfried will, because you have movement speed. Kelborn has movement speed as well. Swim speed, I should say. But you do find like a, what did you say?
17?
17, it's 17 or 18, something like that. I'll say it's 18.
Yeah.
You find like a sack, just infected with mold, but it seems to have quite a bit of currency in it.
Just like, I don't have a bag of holding, so I'm just like now walking with this gross bag on my shoulder.
Yeah, like it's pretty easy to move around in the water, which is nice. The rest of you, I'm going to have you roll. You know what? Let me roll the 2d6 first. I
love looting things. Like, some of my favorite stuff in D&D is getting like looting a place.
Instead of using the Dungeon Master's treasure table this time for magic items, I'm using Kobold Crest's Vault of Magic, so this will be some fun new things, hopefully.
Ooh.
And since it's CR's highest, we're rolling on the highest treasure table. So each of you get to roll a D100 for me.
65.
65. Roll me a D6.
4.
4. You get to roll 4 times on this magic table.
Ooh.
Holy shite.
It just depends on how much of it you can take. Let's just let's start with you here. Table 24. This might take a little bit, but it'll be hopefully fun for everybody.
I think it's fun.
Including everybody. This is table 24. Okay, let's roll the first one. And I'm going to write these down because you won't necessarily know what they are to begin with, since you're just kind of quickly grabbing things. Get out of here, greenest.
I'll also, this is table 24.
Yep.
I'll also write it down just in case.
All right. Sounds good. What's your first roll?
You didn't tell me what to roll.
Oh, a D100.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be rolling. 18.
18. The first item you find just looks like a very fanciful mirror. Again, just covered in mold. Like the center of it, you can kind of see into. But that's the first thing you see.
Okay. Bag and tag. 35.
35. You find a ring that has like a green gem in it with a seems like a swirl pattern inside of it.
Okay. Then we are rolling a 58.
58 is the next page. And that will be... That's something I need to look up later.
A secret tool we'll use later.
Yeah, I'm just... I'll say it's like in a you find a chest that's covered in molds.
Will it fit in the bag of holding?
I'm gonna say yes, just because I don't necessarily know what it is.
Okay.
So we'll change it if it is too big. I'll just make it smaller.
Okay, one more roll. This is a 20 flat.
20 flat. You find a pair of gloves.
Gloves. I love gloves. All right, all that goes in my bag of holding.
All right, sounds good. Siegfried, what did you get?
I've never rolled this before, so I'm really excited, but I rolled 100.
You rolled a 100. Roll me a D4.
100.
So you get to roll 100 items on the table.
Oops, I just wrote in pen in my book. Yeah, just a D4
4.
first. 4. So you get 4 items off of table 25. So roll me 4 D100s.
It's truly my favorite shit. I just absolutely love this. Both as the DM and as a player. I love like magic or like random loot tables.
15.
15. You find a ring with a amethyst in it.
81.
81. You find a staff.
We have so many staves.
We only have one staff.
Okay,
I got rid of the other one.
We found lots of staves.
Hey, some of us like staves.
40.
40. I'm gonna say it looks like a Rubik's Cube. I'm not sure what it actually is yet. We'll find that out later as well.
Okay, and 41.
41. You find a flail.
Oh.
All right. Then we have Cavhorn. What did you get on your first roll?
I rolled an 89.
An 89. Roll me. Okay. So with 89, you get to roll once on the on table 24 and once on table 25. So you get 2 items. So roll me a D100.
How do I read this again? Would that be a 6? Since I rolled 100 and a 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 zeros and a 6 would be a 6. You do find a vial that has like, again, it's like moldy on the outside, so it's hard to see, but it does look like green sludge on the inside as well.
Okay. And one more time.
Yep, one more time. This for table 25.
No. I was like, what if I roll advantage for this? 37.
Did you say 37?
50.
57. I don't know what this is either, so I'm gonna say you found another chest. And I will say, as this place is starting to, like, it's taken a while to grab all these things and shove them in bags, you start to hear like earth movement above you outside of the ring where the wall of force is. And at this moment, Benjamin, as you're hearing this, you do also see a chest, like you're like going towards a chest that's a little bit higher up, so it's out of the water, but it does seem pretty well rooted into the muck and mold. So it looks like it'd take a little bit to get it out, and the ceiling does seem to be coming down, so it's up to you.
Can I see out of the hole?
The exit hole or the dragon hole?
Dragon
the hole
hole.
the dragon created, or the hole you came in?
Can I see out this dragon hole?
You can't see where you have the wall of force. You can see water there, but you can't see past that just because of how nasty the water is.
Okay. So if I wanted to reach this big chest, I would essentially have to wait a little bit longer for it to fill up. Essentially.
You can reach it now. It's just that it might take some time, and the ceiling might start coming down if you can't get it quick enough out of the wall.
What if I help?
I will say, you could help.
Secondary option as well if we need to.
Yeah, I'll say, Kevhorn, you are close enough if Benjamin wants to call out to you.
Yeah. Kevhorn, we have one more. I'm not strong enough. If you want to help me get this one out.
Yeah, definitely. He will also offer, since he's next to you, to drop your items into his bag of holding.
I just got a bag of money, so I just dropped that in.
Oh.
I didn't find very much.
If this all goes wrong, I can send it to the Fae realm like I did the tiara.
No.
Okay,
I
just
have
putting it out there.
We have other things to try before we do that.
Just say the word.
I think also Benjamin was so distracted by this chest, he's just been like ineffectively like pulling on it, trying to get it loose the entire time you guys have been searching.
All right. If I'll say this is Benjamin doing the pull with Kevhorn helping. So flat athletics for me, please.
I also, while this is happening, I'm now testing a theory. I'm cutting open a portal to the Fae to see if it drains water out. And I'm thinking of like the most remote area of the Feywild that I know of.
Roll me a D100.
It's gonna end up like in the
straight
throne
into
room.
The
An 87. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
Okay, you cut a hole and the water just started going into it, but as much as the water's going out, it's also still coming in, or it's not coming in yet, so it is draining a little bit here.
I got a 14 on that athletics.
Hey, it does start to budge a little bit. You get it to move, like you hear the suction of the muck being pulled away, but it is still held pretty well by a lot of this mold holding it in. And you do see like the ceiling starts to crack and a little bit of water starts to dribble through. You might have one more attempt at this before the ceiling just starts to collapse in.
Okay, do you have a swim speed now, Kevhorn?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. So I think especially at this moment, it's Segan Kelborn. You guys should start going out the tunnel.
own it. Let's
We'll
go.
hopefully be right behind you. Gert, you as well. Go with them.
Okay.
Gert's also been like
Swimming like a crocodile through the
grabbing
water.
off. Oh.
Tail lashing back and forth. More like a smaller lizard because he's got a little more agility.
That's pretty cute.
All right, if you want to switch it up this time for Kevhorn to do it, now that you've like
Yes, I would
Recenter
love to do
yourselves.
that.
All right, California, you
I will
can
assist him.
roll with advantage because you don't have exhaustion.
Okay, that is a 21.
Yeah,
Mm.
you give it another tug, and you just hear the of it being pulled out of the muck, and you kind of fall back into the water with it, and you hear the clanging of glass on the inside, but you have this chest free.
No
Go, go,
time.
go, 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 go.
Just shove it into the bag of holding.
Shove it in the bag of holding. Start following out after your allies as you hear the ceiling begin to collapse behind you. And with your faster swim speeds, you're able to make it out behind as this tunnel begins to fill up with rubble. And you make your way out with your loots.
Nice job, team. Nice job.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. I'm already reading one of these. It's like, holy buckets. You got something here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a Rubik's Cube, isn't it?
No, I haven't gotten to the Rubik's Cube yet.
I'm interested
you
in what that Rubik's Cube does.
Start swimming. You got plenty of breath. It's like you guys even catch up to Siegfried and Kelborn, kind of help them along, and you break the surface of the water above you.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Wait,
Yes.
is there muck on me? Is there like muck and mold on me?
Oh,
Where the heck that?
like there's like swamp sludge on your face and in your hair and stuff, like that algae stuff that builds up.
I'm gonna try to use a cleansing stone. Does that take it away?
Yeah. It takes
So-
away all the stuff that's above water. So your face is clean now.
We're in the middle of a swamp. We need to like wait a little bit before we start trying to clean up.
Yeah, no. I was like thinking, could I just use a cleansing stone on that chest?
I'll say that's a little bit thick. That's not like it being dirty. It's like
It's like roots and
in there.
stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, no. I was like, that's a creative way.
Alas, I won't let you be creative ever.
Alright, where's the nearest piece of land?
Probably wherever we definitely put our griffins in a safe place, because we didn't really establish that when we went into the swamp. But they're definitely in a safe place.
They're pretty far away from you guys. But yeah, like Huey knows where they are. So they could come and get you. But you like, since following the kobold, you've been on foot. So it's been a little ways.
Yeah, I'll send Huey to go get the griffins then, and then just start walking towards a semi-dry portion of land.
Yeah, you kind of like swim over to where you fought with the Medusas and the Hydra on that little outlet, and are able to collect yourselves.
So we're definitely gonna have to fight that dragon eventually, right? Like once the giants are gone, like we're gonna have to deal with that. That was the vibe.
Okay, that's good to hear. I was nervous that we were actually going to give our service.
I mean, if he's chill about it, then like I'm okay with it, but
I mean, you're right. There's a possibility. It's a super nice, cool dragon. So
You were lying, right? See?
No.
Well, C can handle it.
but if it is causing more harm to others,
Sure, but going back on your word is...
we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Hopefully everything will work out perfectly fine in our lifetime.
I'm sure the dragon just wants to go settle somewhere and retire.
I mean, he seemed to be pretty content just hanging out in that hole for a while, so...
Right.
Kind of surprised it could fly with its wings all torn like that.
Same.
Idea fly or more swim?
I think it. I mean, it's not around anymore, so I think it eventually.
Oh yes, yeah. Eventually flew. I mean, I guess if a dragon flies and you're not around to see it.
I mean, I guess. I feel like it's less philosophical when they actually have wings.
Okay.
Siegfried is going to use his mass-produced cleansing stone as well.
You get dirtier. It's confusing.
Did you all nab something nice?
I don't.
I forgot what I got. A vial and something. I forgot. Oh, a chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, chest.
Kevhorn helped me get another chest, and then I just got what seemed like a big bag of coins. I didn't find much. I was really distracted by the big chest.
You know, coins are always good too, so
Gold is gold.
feed a lot of squirrels with that.
That's unnecessary.
Okay.
I got quite a few things. Siegfried will hold out his hand with the amethyst ring and what is apparently a Rubik's Cube. I got these two things, and then he'll hold out the staff and the flail. I'm not sure this one will be much of use to me. Kind of looking at the flail.
Oh, I feel like it fits your aesthetic perfectly.
John does.
Is Ilmater big into like the self-flagellation situation, or is that not his deal? Like, or is that not covered by his domain?
Chains and whips.
Not in that way, but like flagellation is a form of like, punishment and things of that nature.
It depends on which order you fall into. There are some of us who believe that the more suffering we take lessens the suffering for everyone else.
Interesting.
Well, if you insist, I'll hang on to it.
I mean, you don't. Only if you wish to.
No pressure. You could always sell it.
I could use it for a toy for my owlbear.
Plus, we don't even know what it does yet. It could be pretty useless. Could just be like an old ball and chain that some adventurer brought down there that got killed.
You're right. I should probably just toss it back into the water.
Oh,
then.
no. Let's not go that far.
I will also, just at the mention of that, I'm assuming so, but since I'm not concentrating on Wall of Force anymore, I'll cast Detect Magic, just to verify that like all of our things are magical of some sort. And if there's anything in like the big chest that is magical.
Yes, you do see magic on everything. Can you see through, or yeah, the chests are like blocked, or you'd have to like break into them.
Buying time to find out what these are.
Yeah. As long as the chest isn't 3 feet of wood, I can detect if there's magical things inside of it. Or an inch of metal.
Incidentally, these chests are all lined with an inch of metal.
Or lead.
Read that for me again, sorry.
The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay, yeah, no, you can see through there. Everything is magical except for your sack. Actually, trying to decide if something does appear.
Do you want just like a luck check?
1 second.
He wants to know if the curse put upon all of us shows up on Detect Magic. I literally looked this up on the last game I ran, and I came to the conclusion that it did. But it's not solid out there. You just have to decide.
Okay, yes, I have to kind of decide.
Yeah.
I'm making a snap decision. You don't see anything on the platinum, or the platinum. Well, if you open the bag, you'll find out it's platinum. What's the deal with that if you open the bag? But you don't see anything in the bag.
Okay. Cool.
Everything else does, though.
I mean, yeah, we'll have to spend some time figuring it out, but it all is magical in some way, shape, or form.
Great.
I will say, as certain people do have things outside of chests, and we're taking a look at things. Let's have Kelborn, Siegfried, and Kevhorn give me wisdom saving throws, please.
Ooh,
This is
that's actually not bad. We don't have disadvantage on saves, right?
Nope.
All right, so that's a 18.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using my advantage.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I could have saved it. 15.
15. Siegfried, you're looking down at this flail and talking about how maybe you should just chuck it back in the water. But that doesn't seem like a good idea. You think, well, I took this from somebody. This should go back to them. I need to get this back to the dragon. I need to get all of this back to the dragon.
son of a bitch, Siegfried.
You know, I mean, it was kind of rude that we disturbed him like that and made him destroy his home. I should bring extra treasure for the dragon. Anything I find, really.
Okay.
All right, so where are we off to now? We're gonna continue southward to Greenest, or is there some other stop along the way?
Which way did our friend go?
Did
To
he?
me?
Or you're talking about the
Standing
dragon?
Yeah.
What way did he say?
I mean, if he's going to deal with the cloud giants, that would be north, roughly. Why?
Do you think we should help him?
I think he's pretty well got it covered, and we have to deal with the fire giants in the south. We have to get to Kelborn's mother.
That's right. You did make a promise, Sig.
Right.
Without metagaming too hard, detect magic does last for 10 minutes. Do I notice any change in Siegfried during this time?
I will say no because of something I determined behind the screen for it.
Cool. Just making sure.
Yep. All good.
I mean,
I'm just looking at the sky, waiting for the griffins to show up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, the griffins do. You hear them crying out as they come over the tree line of these large swamp trees, and you do hear a roll just "Rrr, rrr," as he's carrying your owlbear.
God. That's Errol gone buffer.
Yeah, you guys have been working out.
God dang. That's a bus.
What was the name of our stupid little friend? Gert?
Gert.
Okay. Is Gert coming with us?
No.
No?
No. Did you want him to come with us?
I don't know. He's kind of cute. At first, I thought he was annoying, but then I saw him swimming, and he looked all nice and cute with his.
There will be very little swimming where we're going, because I think fire giants like to live in like volcanoes, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of water.
Right.
So if the swimming part was the cutest part about him, there's not going to be a lot of swimming in the future.
I have an idea. Gert,
Yes.
the dragon, Prosenos. No, that was the
No,
other
that
one.
one's dead.
That one's dead.
Methuselah.
Methuselah.
Yeah.
It's headed north to.
Mm.
Is it Neverwinter the Cloud Giants are attacking, or Waterdeep?
Neverwinter.
Never
To Neverwinter, big city
Okay.
in the north.
All right.
You should
Right.
go help.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go.
All right.
Starts paddling off in a direction.
Sieg. Gert's gonna go help the dragon. Is all the reinforcements he needs.
Great. Let's get out of this swamp.
Yeah, you climb aboard your griffins, and you take off into the sky. I just want to get one thing. Like, I'm just kind of generally looking over these things. Did I say the shepherd's flail?
No, I think he just says the flail.
You just said flail.
Yes. That wouldn't make sense because I wouldn't tell you what it is.
Well, now
It
we
was-
know.
It was number 41 on table 25.
Perfect. That works for me. I'm just writing things down so I can do them in the future. You guys take off. It is later in the day, so it depends on how long you want to travel. Let me get you on the map because I realized you've been over there the whole time. Hee hee.
It's okay.
Currently, you are in the High Moors, about this area, and you're going to be flying down to Green Fields, which will be about 3 days travel. 2.5, 3 days travel, kind of on wing. So if there's anything you want to do during this first flight, or anything you need to talk about as you're heading south, feel free. Otherwise, we'll do like a all-encompassing rest that covers the 2 rests you would be taking.
Cool. I don't have anything necessarily because I think everything's hunky-dory. We just robbed a dragon. We're good to go. Solved part of the giant problem. Just heading south.
Yep.
Did you just keep the sack closed, or did you open it at all?
I would have opened it to see what was inside.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is this related to being charmed?
Nope.
Okay. It's just
Thank you for asking, though.
15.
15. You see 180 platinum in that bag.
Ooh, baby.
Rich.
But otherwise, you don't feel anything other than the overwhelming money. You just
Benjamin doesn't want to return things. That's not his style. There's like a normal twin. She's like, man, fuck this nonsense. We need cash.
and off you. So at some point between these 2 days, you are at your camps. What are we doing for watches, gang?
I'll do first watch.
I was gonna say we should just have our companions have to do watches for once. It's like things goes and then.
Again?
All right. Sig first. I'll go second, I guess.
I'm fine with third. It doesn't really
Okay.
matter.
I'll be last.
All right. Is there anything anybody needs to talk about before sleep?
I would, when we landed, after checking out the platinum, I would dole it out to everyone so everyone can add 45 platinum to their inventory.
Ooh. I don't want any of your cursed money. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Nobody has anything else they need to talk about amongst themselves. Siegfried
I
can.
I was gonna just tell Siegfried.
Okay.
I really appreciate you doing this for me and my mom. It means a lot. And it just means a lot.
Of course, we've formed a bond stronger than brothers have on this journey. I would do anything for each of you.
I'm no longer a only child, I suppose.
That's right. We're all brothers and sisters.
I love you, brother. Would you be the older brother or the younger?
I think I'm the youngest out of the group, if I remember, but...
That's okay. Little bro. I think it's got a ring to it.
Ring.
Right, well, you should rest.
Aye.
We've got a long journey ahead of us.
All right. First and
Can you
foremost,
tuck me in?
after, if you want to, tuck in Cavorn, give me a perception check.
Seven.
Right. You are a little bit distracted, unable to really perceive the space around the campfire's warmth. There's things much more important within this campsite. Is there anything you'd like to do during this?
Yeah, so Siegfried would have taken his armor off before setting down for camp.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that he'll do is that he will go over to Kelborn and try to remove his bag from him.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
When you say bag, do you mean my bag of holding? Okay.
Yes.
Technically, this is the same day, but because I'm counting all of the camps as one, you don't have disadvantage. It's just a flat roll. Sleight of hand against Kelborn's passive. Wait, no. How do we do sleep?
I think passive would be.
Yeah, because usually it's passive, but that's also when you're like actively awake. Passive,
I feel like maybe sleep is like a 10.
just flat 10.
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
10
you can
is
set
pretty
DC as
easy.
flat 10. That sounds
Easy.
good.
Yeah. You have to roll pretty bad.
Well, I rolled a 9.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like Kelborn sleeps with his like bag of holding under his head, and Kelborn, you just kind of wake up as you feel your pillow sliding to the side.
Excuse me? What's
Siegfried is going to quickly pull it and run.
let's go.
As you're confused looking at Siegfried, your head just hits the ground and you see him running off into the darkness.
I've been robbed by my own little brother. Wake up. Wake up.
Siegfried would have tried to nab a griffin too.
Yeah, you can get on your griffin.
Wake
Get
up,
on your griffin.
everyone.
You hear the wings flapping.
Siegfried's gone mad.
Okay.
He robbed my pillow and took off.
Do I have time for an action before Siegfried is 120 feet away?
What's Griffin's fly speed? I'm gonna say because technically he gets a surprise.
80 feet of flying is Griffin fly speed.
80, and I assume you're gonna be dashing with that Griffin, Siegfried.
Yes.
All right, it's way out of 120 very quickly.
Well, that's annoying. I mean, I would hop on a griffin as quickly as possible as well, but now we're just going to be like eternally behind him.
Right.
Essentially.
We can't just love him.
No, like I am getting on a griffin to go after him. It is just like we're now just behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get on a griffin as well, not knowing what
Yeah.
the heck is going on.
I feel like I'm
Get
still
on
just
your
like,
griffin.
confused. I'm definitely run to the griffin with everybody else, but just was like, I don't know what's going on.
All right, everybody leaving the camp.
Yeah, I mean, like
All right. I'm just looking up quick chase rules. Let's start by it's based on position. So Siegfried has the highest, and everybody else is behind him. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a way to catch him. So I mean, you do have your spores, so you could talk to him and see if you get anything out of that. But right now we're just tracking exhaustion. And the Griffins have a con of +3, so the Griffins can dash a number of times equal to 3 plus, so they can dash 6 times. And then you must succeed on Constitution saves, or you get a level of exhaustion. Your speed comes 0 when you reach 5. So essentially, your Griffins are just trying to out-con each other at this point. So we'll start with the first round. Again, if you guys want to say anything in between, like during these rounds, you can. But everybody, give me a Constitution saving throw. Constitution check for your Griffins.
14.
Ooh.
You said that they have +3?
Yes, they have a +3.
17.
17. All right.
9.
A 9. So you're gonna take 1 level of exhaustion on your Griffin.
Okay.
And what
I
did you
got a 22.
22. Siegfried.
13.
13. Your Griffin is fine as well. So Benjamin starts to fall behind a little bit as his Griffin isn't made for these sprints. But you are still chasing. Is there anything anybody says to each other during this point?
See? What's going on, Sieg?
I have to return this stuff to the dragon.
No, you don't.
I pray that you'll understand.
I'm not understanding.
This is not the way of a priest of Ilmater.
You should come back to the camp and pray a little harder for me to change my mind.
Sieg, this is Kelborn. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Can it just wait until after we heal my mother? You can have the stuff. It's not as important to me as this.
Sorry, I cannot heal your mother until I have atoned for my sins. I must return all of this and more.
What do you mean, and more?
We're gonna do another round of checks. So con check from all the Griffins, please. I believe Mr. Benjamin Griffin is at disadvantage now because of that.
Okay. Still passed with a 16.
Yep, you are good.
Cool.
10.
10, you pass.
Oh.
15.
15, you pass.
17.
17, you pass. So Griffin's holding strong out for this round. Can continue, Siegfried. If you remember what you were saying before I cut you off.
No, I don't.
Said
I
Kelborn
asked.
asked about continuing to
like tax, like interest on taking the items, and now he needs more.
if you are continuing to collect for this dragon, how can you ever keep any of your other promises? How does this help you fulfill any other promises that you have made?
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
I know much about the nature of promises, and it feels like you are breaking a great deal more in keeping this one. You have sworn to help protect this land from the giants that we are looking to defeat. And you are off to collect treasure for a dragon more than capable of collecting it for himself. In addition to the promises to Kelborn's mother.
I will say, I'm not going to be having like persuasion rolls against players, but Siegfried, you don't like this. What's happening is something that's like it's urging you to do it, but you still do have some form of free will, I will say. But again, play it as you will. I'm not going to tell you how to play this curse that's afflicting you. But yeah, we'll do another check here. Constitution check from everybody.
13.
13, good.
Double 22.
Nice, you're good.
10.
10, you're good.
14.
You're good. Another round goes
Dang.
by. Then you speaking, I might have to up this DC.
Sieg, again, I tell you, you can have whatever you want from me to give this dragon. Just turn around right now so we can heal my mother. You can have my sword for all I care.
About how far behind are they?
I'm gonna say they're about 180, or sorry, 160 it would be your dash, so about 160, just out of the 120.
Okay. Siegfried shoots a guiding bolt backwards, which will not reach.
All right, yeah, you shoot a guiding bolt backwards. Your griffin is the one dashing, so you're still dashing, but you do see a flare or like orbs of light come back at all of you, and they do kind of burst about, what is it, 40 feet in front of you guys. Let's do another check.
I don't have anything for this.
I am no longer dashing.
Okay.
I am turning around and flying backwards.
All right, you are good. You don't have to make a check then.
As I do that, I call out to Siegfried and say, if you are to return all of the treasure, you will have to turn around. I still have 45 of this dragon's platinum and have no intention of chasing you across Faerun. We can speak like the brothers you say that we are, or you can continue to attack us in air when we are trying to understand what is happening here.
Benjamin turns. What do the other two of you do?
I'm gonna keep following at least one round to see if he turns around from that. I'd say,
Okay.
Listen to him.
Are you dashing or just doing a normal movement?
I'm keeping pace at where I was.
Okay. Cat
I'll stay.
Okay.
Keep the pace.
The three of you can make your constitution checks then.
16. It was almost a 1.
I got a nat 20
Nice.
or a 20. Doesn't matter.
9.
9. Your griffin does gain a level of exhaustion. You feel as your griffin starts to huff a little bit underneath you. Its feathered body beginning to breathe heavier, but it's still panting, going as hard as it can.
I give 1 platinum coin to Huey, have him turn invisible, and I have him fly off in a separate direction.
All right. He says it. He flies away.
And I'm just making my way back to where we camped.
Okay. What is everybody else doing? I think all eyes on Siegfried first to determine what the other two are doing.
I will, to the whole group, does everyone here agree to give back the treasure if Sieg just comes with us?
If Sieg will assist us with the promises he has already made, I will gladly return the treasure.
I agree also.
Wouldn't that be easier, Sieg?
Yes. We can do that.
Right. Okay.
And Siegfried will turn around.
All right. You feel your griffin starting to tire. You turn it around, and everybody returns to camp. Benjamin landing first. A raccoon goes scurrying out of one of your bags, but the rest of the camp seems pretty undisturbed. And the rest of them land shortly after.
Thank you, Sieg.
Siegfried's gonna put the bag on the ground and then kind of step back a little bit. Just put your items in.
Oh, sorry. What do you mean?
What we stole from the dragon.
Oh, okay. Yes. You have mine already, so...
We can tell he's not acting normal, right?
I mean, have you ever seen him act like this?
Not.
But we
Sieg has
also
never
know
attacked us.
he's also like, very staunch in his ways. I don't know what the right word to say is, but...
Siegfried
Yeah, but I
has
have to-
never attacked or threatened violence upon us.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So what I'm assuming is, in between me and Sieg is like some sort of table or stump or whatever for the ground. He dropped a pile or his stolen goods into the middle and backed off. Could I be on the other side of Sieg? And could I summon an echo behind him? I don't know if you've ever determined there's a noise to me summoning the echo.
I'm gonna say there's not, because it doesn't require verbal. I'm just trying to decide if I want to go into initiative for this or not. And I think just to keep everything squared away, we're going to. So if everybody could roll initiative for me, please.
You said we effectively don't have exhaustion anymore?
Yep, don't have exhaustion. You can have all your...
Oh, yes.
Like, it's essentially you taking a long rest, even though this is technically the first night. I'm just allowing that to happen since we're kind of rolling everything into one here.
Got it. Awesome.
But your griffin does have exhaustion.
Yeah. Oh, I almost used a different character's initiative. I almost gave you a way better number. I got a 14. I've been playing a monk too much. I thought I had a
21.
+5 initiative.
What was that, Kelborn?
21.
21? Kevhorn?
24.
24. And Siegfried?
5.
5. Yeah. All of you see as an echo of Kevhorn. His skin, it's not the same as a previous echo that you've seen, where it's like your skin has been melted away and your armor has been melted. It looks like your skin has been blasted off by some kind of force. But it appears behind Siegfried.
To distract Sieg, I will be seemingly walking up with my stolen goods to put down into the pile. But as I drop it, I will switch with my echo and try and grapple Sieg.
All right, let's do contested grapple. So athletics from you, Kevhorn, and athletics or acrobatics from you, Siegfried.
Both of them are so good. 13.
That is a... I can't do... Hold on, wait.
Is it more than 13?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. I got a 19 plus 9.
Siegfried, you watch as Kevhorn walks up, drops a... what did you get? So I would say the 2 of the chests you guys opened, not the big one you got at the end, but the 2 that I didn't figure out what they were at first. You see him drop like a short sword, and this little vial of liquid, and then suddenly shifts into this more gruesome form of Kevhorn, and you feel arms wrap around you and pin your arms to your sides.
What I would have done, because I kind of get the gist of spellcasting at this point. One arm securing both of his arms, both my legs securing his legs, and then a hand over his mouth.
Like spider monkey, you know?
Yeah, and then I just fall backwards, so we're both on the ground.
For prosperity's sake, I'm going to have you guys do another check, just because this is more of a restrained over a grapple. I know it's hard for Siegfried to beat you, but you never know. So do another athletics versus Siegfried. You can choose between
They're scaring me, so I'm going to use an advantage.
Don't even bother. There's an app on.
Oh.
Yeah, you kind of like fully wrap around Siegfried and pull him back to the ground with you.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you right now, buddy, but there is something wrong. Do you guys know what has happened to our Sieg? As I'm assuming he's like wiggling around in my arms.
Is there any sort of check or something I can do to see if I know what like dragon madness is or something like that?
Give me I'll say history or arcana.
What am I better
Could
at?
I do that check as well?
Yes, you can.
They're the same. A 6.
Ooh, that is a 17 history.
Yeah, I'll say you're more of a studied person, brought up in a more well-to-do lifestyle. You've read stories about people having dragon madness from becoming in contact with their treasures, their hoards. It's something that's not every dragon hoard, but you think maybe because this is such an old dragon that its essence has sunk into the treasures, and you're kind of thinking about it, and you're like, well, the detect magic didn't see anything, but you're reading about it, or you're thinking about it more, and because it's a curse, your detect magic isn't noticing it, because curses are more noticed by divine searchings like paladins, detect evil good kind of stuff.
It's crazy that I guessed that, because I literally had the exact same thing happen.
Yeah, you think he probably has some form of dragon madness or dragon illness. Kind of what kobolds just generically have is kind of what Siegfried has right now.
Yeah. Siegfried, I want you to search your soul very carefully. I am the first to admit that I have not always lived close to what you consider to be an appropriate lifestyle. We have occasionally done things that have minorly transgressed your vows. I want you to search yourself and see what would cause you to attack us, to want to cause harm upon us in this situation. Where is that coming from?
What are you saying, Benjamin?
I would assume Siegfried kind of stops flailing for a second. Is there any check that I could do to see, to like recognize that this is a curse?
Give me a religion with your wisdom modifier.
Could I attempt with that to give him advantage? Like with having, like, asking him to look inside of himself on that?
Give me a persuasion check. We'll see. I mean,
It was
you're
a nat
gonna roll
20.
like a 30 or whatever.
Oh,
It's a nat 20 anyway.
unnecessary. Sorry.
You look in on yourself and instantly recognize this is not who you are. Like, you're a good person, but this is something else is causing you to do this, not your own morals. And you can, and Ilmater, like, leads you to that conclusion very easily. Like, you barely even have to think about it.
Then yeah, I assume Siegfried would kind of stop flailing, like I already said, but also kind of look to Benjamin with maybe some regret and tears in his eyes.
It's all right, Siegfried. I believe it is all right for Kevhorn to let you go. I mean, we still have spores, so you can talk to us, but...
No, he kind of smells nice.
Perhaps enough for you to cast a spell upon yourself.
Is
A spell
something
that I
afflicting
don't
him?
have prepared.
Oh no.
Okay, well, then tonight we tie you to a tree.
I would think it best.
This is a long shot. Hearing that something might be afflicting our baby boy, Kevhorn's going to cast. Dragons is its own creature, isn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I just looked at the creature list.
Yep.
I could check.
Oh, good.
Okay, who has a rope? I don't have protection from good and evil. Can't help it.
I mean, I have rope. I'm not the best at just tying people up with rope, but...
Yeah, I'll say it's not super urgent or anything, and Siegfried basically has control of what's going on with him, so you can easily tie him. Not it be a big deal with checks and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siegfried is frothing at the mouth and biting at you guys as you tie him up.
Well,
Feral. I'll toss a piece of loaf at him.
As they're doing this, I'm kind of talking out loud to them, I suppose, and myself. What could have caused this? I mean, all of us touched the dragon's horde. We're all fine.
It's certain dragons can infuse their essence, their natural magic into their hordes. I have a feeling that, at least in comparison to myself, Siegfried has perhaps a bit stronger of a moral compass that the curse found more favorable to interact with. Mostly a luck of the draw that we were unaffected and he was affected.
So you don't think it's a specific item or...
I don't believe so. And I also, to the best of my understanding, now that we have kind of overcome it and identified it, it will be less of an issue in the future.
Okay. I'm going to try something just in case. Finks,
Yes.
can you dispel magic on Siegfried for me? I
Let
mean,
me
if
see,
it's
can
like
I?
if it's a bestow curse spell, technically that would
Potentially.
work. So
Yeah.
no.
Let me see.
His wings, his
Depending on the
eyes,
nature of it.
all go away.
Yeah,
He's just a dude.
he just becomes a dude. Oh no!
Doesn't have dark vision, doesn't have any cool ASMR powers.
No, bring him back,
All
bring
his-
him back.
So this is
I
my
turn
thought
into a
process,
human fighter.
if this helps. There is a spell called Bestow Curse, which obviously does what the name suggests. It's a 3rd level, so it falls within the parameters of Dispel Magic. It's just whether that is the curse that was applied to him would be my...
You can try.
Yeah. So I have Finks do that while he's like tied to the tree.
She like sprinkles some pixie dust on your head. It's like in pollen poured on your head. Kind of interacts with your nostrils. You want to sneeze from it, but you still feel that need to bring items to the dragon.
How do you feel?
Same.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna keep my eye on you tonight.
I
Siegfried's
will.
just kind of hanging there.
I will through spores to just Kelborn and Kevhorn say, as an insurance policy, Huey has one of the platinum pieces and is currently very far from here. Because I've just had Huey just like continue flying until he's like a mile away or something like that.
All right. Next watch then, huh?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Siegfried's kind of. Siegfried, do you sleep at this time? Just slumped up against a tree.
I guess he would try.
I am.
It's fine. You can.
I've pulled up like a log or whatever I'm sitting on, and I'm just looking at you. And yeah, I just Sieg, I want you to know I truly meant it when I said I would give you my things if you would come with us. And if you still feel the need to return to the dragon when this is all done, I absolutely will give you whatever you want. I will go with you to the dragon and hand over whatever it is. I mean that. That's how important this is to me. It's my ma.
Siegfried is asleep.
Okay. Son of a bitch. That ain't. Just just keep watching him. You want me to roll a perception?
Oh, yeah, you can roll perception. Yep.
It's great. It's so good. I mean, it's not as bad because I literally have a +7, but I rolled an 8, so +7 was 15. That's not bad. Because I have a +7.
All right, yeah. It's pretty quiet night. You're out of the humidity of the swamps at least. So you got a cool breeze keeping you cold. And I will say, I'll say you did open that one chest that was there because I didn't know what things look like. You do have this mirror. It's not a hand mirror, but it's like a mirror about this big. You do have this ring it's a ring. It's a silver ring with this green gem in it, and then it's attached to another like thicker ring, almost as if you put them on 2 fingers. You do have the things that was in the chest were these like thick leather bottom sandals where instead of straps it's like a golden scorpion over the top of it. And then you do have these, they seem kind of plain. They're like gray leather gloves, but Benjamin did notice magic upon them.
Yeah, so to just clarify here, Sieg did take my stuff and I didn't take it back. Did Sieg?
So that's all the stuff you have in your bag of holding. But
yeah,
Siegfried, when it is left, right? It would be on the stump where you left it or whatever, where you dropped it.
Did you throw that stuff on the ground when you were like, throw your stuff, like give me your stuff here or whatever, or was that the bag of holding?
Yeah, he just kind of set it. Yeah, it was the bag of holding that he set down and kind of just backed up.
To be honest with you, I think I don't even touch that because I just don't even want to do anything to set Siegfried off.
Fair enough. Yeah, you just spend the night watching over your newfound brother who has a curse laid upon him until it is the next watch. Whoever that was.
I believe it was me.
Benjamin gets awoken so you can rest.
I don't think I rest. I'm pretty sure I continue to watch Siegfried all night.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of post up near Siegfried and keep awake. And Benjamin, what is it that you... give me perception.
That's an 8.
Yeah, night goes by.
Wait, hold on. I'm still watching him too. Can I also roll again, or do I keep my 15?
Yeah, you can roll again.
Okay. That is a 16 this time.
16. I'll say, as Benjamin's kind of sitting here, Kelborn, you feel the air change, the atmosphere change. Like if you've ever been outside and a thunderstorm is rolling in.
Never been outside.
I've never been outside. But yeah, like you feel just like that static in the air. Yeah, that's just what you're feeling.
Oh, do you feel that, Benjamin?
No.
Oh. Okay.
What do you...
It's something weird. It's just a feeling. Something weird. Stay on your toes.
A feeling like what? A few more details would be appreciated.
I hold up my arm and what hairs I have are like on end.
Is could we, with keeping Sieg on the tree, is that within like a 20-foot range of where Kevhorn is sleeping right now?
Oh yeah, I assume you guys are kind of in close vicinity of each other.
Great. I'm going to switch to spores. Do we think that it could be one of the sisters? Or one of the storm giants?
Ooh. I don't know. I can climb the tree and see what I see.
Being higher in a tree during the storm isn't exactly the best idea. If it's... Oh, I don't think we've connected that in canon yet, so I can't say that. Never mind. If we can remain close to these two, I can make similar to what I did in the collapsing cavern. I can make a dome above us to protect us for 10 minutes if a horrific storm comes upon us or something.
As you're contemplating your choices of what to do here, you start to see the trees sway, like the leaves will sway as a big burst of wind comes through and you hear the flapping of large wings.
I'm assuming this is very reminiscent to when we had that storm very early on in the adventure, where it kind of came on very, very quickly and then left.
Kind of, but it's not as intense. And it almost doesn't even seem like a storm's coming in. It's mostly just wind. And it's not a consistent wind. It's like a... as you hear these giant wing flaps that move the leaves.
Okay, I am going to just like move to a position, like get us so that I could cast the wall of force around us again in a dome.
I'm gonna see if like do we have a fire going? Like I'm gonna snuff out the fire if that's the thing, and see if like we can hide.
Yeah, if you want to snuff out your fire, you
sense.
kind of put out the fire quick and kind of get close enough that if you need to, Benjamin can put up a wall of force. And just as you pat the fire out, you see a massive form take over the sky above your camp as it soars past pretty quickly. Large wings stretched out, 4 legs held underneath it as it flies, and a long tail trailing behind it as this enormous blue dragon goes flying past, heading north.
Oh.
And the forest begins to settle back down. Your hairs on your arms go back to laying relaxed.
Okay.
Do we think that was good or bad for our ally?
He did want us to protect him from other dragons that may come out of the woodwork.
That was also after he took care of the cloud giants. So if he's getting into scraps beforehand, he hasn't held up his end of the deal yet.
Of course.
This is still spores.
Yeah. Plus, what are the odds? I mean, that could just be a coincidence that the dragon's flying north from here.
We have been fated by the gods to help with this situation. I've really moved beyond coincidences in anything that we run into.
Right. Well, good thing Sieg is fast asleep.
Yeah, Siegfried was just on the tree being whipped around.
Whipped around. Right, let's not mention this to him until he's all better.
Good plan. Benjamin was like 1 second away from waking up Kevhorn. Just like, okay, we'll be okay. Okay.
I will say you do, at this point after the force kind of settles down, you can go about doing if you were going to do anything during this rest, but there's also the chest that you and Kevhorn pulled out in the muck. That's the only one that's still closed. That one was locked, whereas the other two just needed a little chipping away at the mold and muck that was caked on them.
I mean, I don't have thieves' tools. I don't have anything useful for this.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I don't have anything that will be helpful in this instance because I have a feeling it's going to have to be more of a brute force situation.
All right.
Yeah, man, how have we not picked up like thieves' tools? Like,
because none of us are dex based.
Yeah.
I have
that's
a
not
decent dex though. But anyways, yeah.
I will. I'm just going to be continuing to. Still praying to Dying Castra. Again, not really necessarily looking for anything, but just keeping that line of communication open with her.
Yeah, just give me a religion check using your charisma modifier.
24.
Ooh, I'll keep that noted. But yeah, then we can move on to Kevhorn if you had nothing else to do.
Yeah, no, not tonight while Seek is still asleep.
All right.
Then I'll wake up Kevhorn and look at Kelborn and say, you should try to get some sleep tonight so you're not exhausted tomorrow. Or completely exhausted.
That's fair. Yep. I'll be right there.
As I'm like laying down and turning my back, I'm gonna just say in spores directly to him, you're not a very good liar. And just go to sleep.
All right, so Kevhorn or Kelborn, since you are also still awake, is there anything you'd like to do? Give me a perception check.
Makes sense. My rolls are getting a little worse, but still not terrible.
I thought of one thing real quick before I officially go to sleep.
Okay.
I would tell Huey like an hour before dawn to start flying back towards us so that he's like here when we wake up.
13.
19.
Yeah, Kevhorn, it's been a nice, quiet night, all things considered. Other than the debacle with Siegfried earlier. Nothing's been going on in this area that you should be worried about.
Kevhorn,
Okay.
make sure you stay on your toes because there was a dragon earlier. I say and hits it into his head.
Was it the one we were talking to?
No, this one was a blue dragon.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know what those do.
it didn't bother us, but just, you know, be aware.
At this point, though, Kevhorn will pick up the stuff that he dropped into the pile.
Yeah, you pick up your vial with this gunky green liquid in it, as well as the short sword.
It's just bathwater.
Gamer girl bathwater.
I can't use short swords.
I think you can, it's just not as good as your trident.
He'll put it back into the
I'll
bag
say
of holding.
it's like it's considered a short sword, but it's like the handle is like the hilt's in the center of it, and there's two blades on either side of it.
Ooh, it's like a twin
With
blade.
with like a blue piercing, not structure, but there's like a point on the end of the hilt, so you could punch with it too.
Oh.
That's pretty neat.
Okay. Putting that bad boy away. I'm curious. I want to know what's inside the big box.
Inside the big box,
The big box.
you go over to the big box, you do see this large padlock on it. Though rusted, it seems honestly, even if you had the key, the inside mechanisms are so rusted it might not work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find a big rock and start begging guys. I'm gonna go a little ways.
Go a little ways away so that you don't wake anybody up.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone needs their sleep.
Give me an attack roll using whatever it is you do when you throw your rock.
Drop that in my hand. That is a 12.
You kind of bash it, and like the corner of the padlock kind of bends in, but still holds strong.
So gonna keep going.
All right, give me another check.
That is a 24.
Yeah, DC was 20. You hit it once and you're like, well, gotta put a little more oomph into it. Might wake some people up. You just smash it the second one and the padlock comes off.
I'm gonna look behind me, see if they're still asleep. Seeing that they are, I'm gonna take a gander.
Take a gander. You open it up and you see 8 glass vials.
More bathwater.
Here's my. Never mind. you know. If you know, you know.
He's not the smartest. I'm gonna try to see what these are. They're not health. Are they health potions? They're not health potions. They don't look like health potions.
They don't seem like health potions. You pick up. There's like 4 of
no,
them.
they
that
definitely
have...
aren't health potions. That shouldn't.
There's 4 of them that have. It's a red liquid, but it's not the same as the health potions. It's a little more crimson, and there's like flecks of orange and yellow in it. And then roll me 4 d6s.
I don't have that much out right now. Hey Google.
Well, like separately from each other, not the same.
Oh, separately from each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
4, 2, 6, 1.
Read those for me again.
4, 2, 6, 1.
All right. 1 is purplish. Another one is like a white blue kind of looking. 1 is burning a weird. It's almost like glowing with a white light. And then the last one is more tar looking, like black purplish.
Hey, there's 1 for each of us. Sorry. Purple, white, blue, glowing with white light, or glowing white light. That screams seed. Tar purple. I don't know who gets who from this. Okay. That's it. I will drag it back as quietly as possible.
Yeah, you can lift it pretty easily. It's like jingling a little bit, but other than that, you can bring it back easily enough.
Is Calborn still awake?
Yeah. Just sitting just like 2 feet from Siegfried.
I wind up a punch and knock you out. I'm joking. Why I oughta. You sure you don't want to sleep?
I would love to sleep, but I'm not letting this man out of my eyes.
I know he's beautiful and all, but you can take a rest.
I understand.
I can take it from here.
I don't think I'd be able to sleep even if I tried.
There's other ways. As he cracks his knuckles.
I'll be okay.
Okay. There's some ale in there, by the way. As he
Ale?
sits down. Ale.
Oh, ale.
As he sits down next to you. Just 2 bros.
Two bros being dudes.
So would you be my older bro or my younger bro? Still trying to figure out how this all works.
I think age-wise, I did make Faerun old, and I think he is the oldest out of everyone.
I don't really know how old I am, like with the Fae stuff, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, never mind. I lied.
I know I might be really young. I have no freaking clue.
Yeah, it's a weird time in between realm time slipping stuff. So, but yeah, the rest of the night passes without much issue, and morning comes.
I'm not gonna. I was thinking of gagging Sieg, but I'm not gonna. I guess I'll just prepare food for everyone. Breakfast.
Through spores, Siegfried will say, I believe I can remove what ails me, but I need to be able to move first and speak.
Insight check.
Sure.
It's a 16.
What does he give from a 16, Siegfried?
It is verbal and somatic spell, so he's telling the truth.
Okay. What do you say, everyone? How do we feel?
Hey, we're prepared for anything that may come.
Okay.
I trust his faith.
Okay, buddy. He unties you and helps you up on your feet.
I prepare an action. If he goes to run, I'm tackling him. Also, do I have an exhaustion now?
Yes. Technically, it'll go away because we'll do it. Yeah. For now, you do. Yes.
Siegfried will sit down, and as he begins to focus, you guys can see that those two halos that are kind of crisscrossing form above his head. And he begins to chant, Hanc Draconis maledicto hablu, sicutu mater dolorem vocide partitur, and casts Remove Curse.
Did you say you were addicted to dragon? That's what it sounded like. Draconis addictus.
No, it said, take this dragon curse, wash it away, like a martyr endures pain every day.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you feel that urge to bring all of yours and everybody else's magical and valuable belongings to Methuselah. You feel that wash away. Whatever Siegfried feels on the matter is his own thing, but you aren't being compelled to by a curse anymore.
Yeah, and as Siegfried kind of sits there for a moment, and the halo still somewhat there, but kind of fades a little bit, and Siegfried will stand back up. Well, I believe what ails me is gone now. I'm sorry. I don't know what compelled me to harm you.
None of us
The
are hurt.
dragon.
Yes, all is forgiven.
Hey.
I understand if it will take some time to trust me again.
About 5 seconds. Here. He hands you a plate of breakfast.
And as you do, Siegfried grabs you by the... No, I'm kidding.
Grabs you by
my
the
God.
neck.
Casts Inflict Wounds.
Damn, dude.
You've already wounded my
What
heart.
a... Oh,
What a twist.
I know. That would be crazy.
Inflict Wounds at 5th level.
You all enjoy this breakfast from Cavorn. Is there anything you need to talk about before taking off for the day, or do?
I will show the the potions.
Yeah, you all see these potions. The 4 crimson with flecks of orange and yellow. Then the blackish purple one, the whitish blue one, the purple one, like the full-on purple one that's kind of bubbly, and then the glowing white one.
what would it take to start trying to identify these potions?
Arcana.
Okay, we'll start trying to make Arcana checks.
Can I also try to figure out with Arcana, even though I'm not going to pass it, my vial?
Yeah.
I got a 12. I'll start with the one that we have the 4 duplicates of.
Yeah, those are potions of fire resistance.
Ooh.
Very helpful for going into a very hot place that you had no other protection for.
Yes. I will immediately dole those out to everyone and let you know are.
That is very handy.
Yes. Very fortuitous. I mean, I don't know.
You do see like a little faded label on it. It's like good for 24 hours. Flat points, baby. Kevlar, what did you get on yours?
A 7.
Yeah, you're not sure. Any others you're gonna want to look at?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm assuming it doesn't take us long to try to do identifications.
I'll say with getting the fire one, these ones look similar. They're in different bottles, probably indicating their potency compared to the fire ones. But you do come across, they're pretty common now that you know that the fire element. There is a potion of acid resist, potion of cold resist, potion of poison resist, and a potion of radiance resistance.
Ooh, okay. Well, I don't need the cold resistance one. I don't know if anyone has a preference for the other potions.
I do. California's gonna stand up. I'm assuming it's the one with that's glowing white light.
Yeah, that would be radiance if that's what you're looking for.
Yep. They seem to keep touching me with their grubby little hands.
What were the other ones? I'm sorry, I spaced out. I heard ice. I heard the radiant.
Acid, cold, poison, radiant.
Oh, poison. Okay. So for some reason, poison just kept going pat. Like I just.
That's fair. Acid and poison being
Same
the same
thing
ones.
in my mind. So.
Yep. Same thing in your mind, but separate in D&D.
Yeah. I really don't have a preference. It doesn't matter to me. So.
I believe the cold resistance is the only one that would have an effect on me.
Nope. Go right for it.
Yeah, I'll take it then.
I do have a fear of being what's the right way of putting this? My skin boiling off and decaying and it's just a visceral fear. I'll take the acid one.
Okay, it's all right. Yeah, okay.
You ever had nightmares like that before? You're just dripping acid onto your skin and it's burning?
No, my nightmares are normally slightly different than that.
You didn't grow up in the Fae then.
My nightmares are a bit more flavored by a certain situation.
All right.
Sieg.
Yeah, what?
Now that you're you like not cursed anymore, I I feel like those items may come in handy, and I will most definitely return them still if you want to, but in the meantime, would you care if we used them?
What ailed me before doesn't anymore. I don't feel the need to return these, and these will be more important to us in our upcoming battles.
Okay. Fantastic. If next stop somebody wants to start trying to figure out what these do, or we can just start attuning to them and just see, we can figure out who they best belong to.
Oh, can I try to into that dual blade thing?
gonna
That's
take an
actually
hour.
one of the few that doesn't take attunement.
Oh,
Yeah, and we can take care of that in a moment. But is there anything else you guys want to do at camp before you head off?
I just want to do two things. I'll put on the gloves just so that hopefully I'll attune to them at some point. And I will, I just want to look in the mirror really quick. Maybe clean it off some. I'm thinking maybe a wedding gift or something.
You kind of take some of the mold off of the corners and kind of rub it with your tunic. It still seems hard to see through, but you do feel that magical draw of needing attunement.
Okay. Oh, I think in my mind that eventually I'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Do we want to where do we want to head first? Do we want to head to the fire giants first, or do we want to take care of Kelborn's mother first?
I think we should go to Kelborn's mother.
I'm also going to throw on the ring. Just saying it now.
He's a married man. He's taken.
How many attunement slots do you have open?
I think my only thing that needs attunement would be my sword, right?
Does your sword need attunement? I can't remember. It's been so long.
I honestly don't know, but I don't have
I'll
any
have to look at
attuned right
that.
now.
I don't think you do actually for your sword.
Yeah, I don't think I have any magical items currently attuned to me.
Yeah, because the all the keepsakes I gave you have their own attunement slot, right? That doesn't take up the third. Yeah, so you have all three open.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You guys take flight, heading south to Greenest. Are you all? It's getting later in the day, as you are still on flight of the Griffins. It's been 2 days now since your in-camp shenaniganery with Siegfried having the Dragon Madness curse. So you've cleared any exhaustions, any lost features or spells, and regained all health. And some of you have attuned to some things, which we'll deal with in upcoming episodes, because right now, you start to see, as the sun is setting over the rolling green hills, Kelborn, you start to see the buildings of your small hometown of Greenest appear on the horizon.
Internally, his stomach sinks with just anxiety, but he tries not to show it.
As you get closer, you start to see the keep that stands in the center of Greenest, as well as the mill that's close to the river towards the southern side of the village, and the small townhouses and farmhouses appearing. You guys just flying right on into this baby, or how are we approaching Greenest?
I mean, so from my experience, they don't really have like a big guard presence. It's more just like local watchmen.
No, there's
right?
there's like watchmen on the roads approaching. Like the main road has watchmen on it, but outside of that, there's not like a huge presence of guard in the town. The keep itself has its own parapets, but there's not like, again, it's not like super well guarded because this is such a small town just in the middle of these rolling fields.
Could we just land like right at the house?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do.
Yeah, you start flying towards where your mother's house is. And actually, let me
This way.
pull you guys to the map of Greenest.
Ooh.
Get you a little mosaic. As you fly over, Kelborn, where do you think your mother's house would be?
I always pictured it as somewhat on the outskirts. So, I mean, you're thinking like, I mean, this one just stuck out to me.
Yeah. You fly past the keep. You do see people on the streets, like looking up to take notice of these 4 griffins flying over, one carrying a baby owlbear.
Come in peace.
And they kind of wave. What's the word I'm looking for? Confused at you. But you fly past the keep, and make your way down to your mother's house, just past the river. It's quiet out here again. It's on the outskirts. There's not neighbors close by, but you do know there's somebody that stays with your mother to help her in these times. So yeah, you can take it from here as to what it looks like if you'd like.
What's his name again? Or her name?
Theobald is the one that helps your
Theobald.
mother. Young boy in the town.
Young boy. Okay. We all land. I kind of lead us to a spot to put the griffins because at one point we had some farm animals, but we can't really. My mother can't keep up with those anymore, so I just kind of bring to the old kind of ratty pen that like is obviously overgrown with weeds and stuff now. We can put the griffins here for the time. Welcome to my childhood home. That there is the rock I used to climb. That there is the tree that I fell out of and broke my arm. But that's pretty much it. I only got to spend a few years here before my dad came for me, whisked me away to the Fae. I guess let's go. Make sure. Let's go say hi to my ma.
Let's.
Yay. We go up to the door. Yeah, I'll knock.
You knock.
You do see like a moment where he's trying to figure out if he should knock. It's kind of like weird if it's his childhood home, but he's like thinking about knocking. He's thinking about opening the door. He's not really sure which one to do, and he goes with knock.
You hear, just a moment. As you hear some pans clattering, and then the door swings open, and standing in the doorway is just this weed of a boy, just thin, straw-colored hair, freckles on his face. Hello. Who do I owe the? Oh, I Kelborn, it's been a while. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you.
Yes, it has been Theobald.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Did the druid ever show up that I sent?
Oh, yeah, they came and went. No good news, unfortunately. They helped. Come in. We can talk inside.
How is she?
She's resting right now, just getting ready for bed, but still ill.
Well, hopefully that'll change today.
Oh, I'm glad to hear. Come in. As he kind of ushers you all in. What does the inside look like, Elborn?
Herringbone floors,
Of course.
but they are, they're worse shaped. A lot of scratches and scuffs. Hasn't been polished. I mean, you clean these floors up, dude. I'm telling you, some nice herringbone floors underneath here. But other than that, pretty basic, not super well off household. Probably like hanging herbs and things that are like being dried, and things hanging around, pots and pans hanging from hooks in the kitchen. Very basic medieval home.
I kind of keep turning you in. So you came all the way here from your father's house, huh?
Oh yeah, yep. That's where we came from.
Must have been quite a journey. Your mother will be very happy to see you, I'm sure. If you want to see if she's still awake, you can, or we can wait till morning. Up to you.
Oh
you
no,
are the son after all.
I don't think this should wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just right in her room.
Okay. We kind of like walk over that way. Again, very kind of a moment where I stop before entering, and I kind of just give like a light rasp on the wall next to the door. I say, "Ma."
You hear a very weak voice coming through. You do see like a light flickering still in the room. So assuming that she's still awake, you do hear a come in.
It's Kelborn.
Oh, I know my son's voice
Hey.
anywhere.
I've brought some friends. Are you decent?
Yes, I'm clothed. I don't sleep in the nude like you.
Ma, come on. Not in front of company. Not that I don't do that every night here, but come in, everyone. Ma, these are my friends. This is Benjamin. And
Pleasure.
Kev Horn.
So how long has he been sleeping in the nude?
Oh, ever since he was a young toddler, I couldn't keep him. His diaper would not stay on.
It's important to let the air out all the,
So
Yeah,
when did him putting on cream
Don't.
cheese?
No, that's not it. I just like it's
This is
hand
my
over
friend
his
Sieg.
mouth.
This is my friend
like-
Siegfried.
Hello.
He's a very special person.
Oh, I can tell. Yes.
He's here because we believe that he may be able to help you.
Oh, can he? Well, many have tried, so what's the harm in trying another if my son thinks you are up to it?
Siegfried will walk forward, kind of kneel down, and
I'll kneel beside her as well. Hold her hand. Sorry.
can Siegfried tell, like, just by looking at her, any specific ailment or anything like that?
Give me medicine.
That is a 23.
23. With the 23, you like her skin seems very frail. It's like you can see almost a yellow at the edges of her eyes. She almost seems to be withering away. Like you would think she's much older than she actually is. She just seems very frail. you can tell this sickness has been with her for a very long time, but it's just so different from other things you've seen. It almost seems to be like sapping the life force from her.
Okay. Well, hell, I'll just try it. So Siegfried takes out a small knife and makes a cut in his palm, and then takes 10 of the platinum pieces and places them inside his palm, and begins to mutter a chant and essentially casts greater restoration as he places his hand upon her.
As you begin doing this, you feel the presence of your mother come to you. And you do hear her voice. She says, "It's not the right conditions yet. I require some things." Also, you can do this happens before you actually cast your spell, so you don't lose your spell slot.
What else do you require?
The air here is too thin. We need herbs. Incense.
Then before Siegfried casts it, he'll take out his censer and his incense and begins to purify the room. And try it again.
All right. Yeah. Roll me we'll say medicine check again.
Uh, 22.
22. So you hold this platinum in your hand and your blood starts to soak it. You feel the platinum start to melt in your hand. So the room begins to fill up with this aromatic smoke coming from your censer. And you feel this platinum melt into your hand into a kind of goop. And you feel compelled to just put this on her forehead.
And he'll do that.
Kind of wipe this purple, silver, red combination across her forehead. And even as you start to spread it, you feel it or you see it almost rejuvenating the skin that it's touching. And you, Kelborn, you see the hair that's become very wiry and almost starting to gray start to regain color and volume as it's the closest parts to where the scoop is being spread, and her skin begins to smoothen and revitalize as the muscle tone starts to come back to her as well.
Think it's working? Siegfried, it's working?
Yes, I'm very happy for both of you. I'm glad I could help you.
How do you feel, Ma?
I'm feeling much better. My throat's beginning to open more, and I feel energy coming back to me.
I hug her, still gently, but with some excitement.
Yeah, you still feel like she's kind of frail, but she's starting to regain that muscle mass.
Yeah. It's just gonna take some time, I'm sure. So it'll all come back. I turn around, I hug Siegfried as tight as I can, and I give him a kiss on the cheek.
He'll give Kelborn a hug back.
Thank you.
And as you two are embracing in this room, the low light from the lantern being almost covered up by this heavy smoke coming from the sensor. You embrace each other, and Siegfried, in the back of your mind, you do hear, "This is only the beginning. Your siblings have done much damage to these planes." And that is where we'll end the session. So, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We had some inner party turmoil, as well as some very high successes for the party. So, thank you all so much for joining us. Again, we're going to be on a little bit of a hiatus while people move around, get to new places, and that sort of stuff. But we'll be back ready and raring to go with more Glory of the Giants soon. So be sure to be keeping your ear to the ground. Join our Discord if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next time. Till then, let's keep making stories together.